Good afternoon, everyone. The Augusta, Georgia Planning Commission is a recommending body. The final decisions on all zoning matters come before it will be made by the Augusta Commission on Tuesday, August the 19th, 2025 at 2 p.m. in the Augusta Commission chambers at the Municipal Building. The Planning Commission makes the final decision on all variances, including subdivision regulations. A handout describing the zoning procedures by which these cases are decided is available upon request. These procedures also require that any applicant for a rezoning action or any opponent to an application for a rezoning action who has made contributions aggregating $250 or more to a local government official within 2 years of the rezoning application is to file a disclosure report with the governing authority. The disclosure report must be filed within 10 calendar days of filing the application and at least 10 calendar days prior to today's hearing. A minimum of 10 minutes shall be afforded for the presentation of data, evidence, and opinions on each side of a rezoning petition or a special exception. If more than 10 minutes is afforded to one side, then an equal amount of time shall be afforded to the other side. The Commission does encourage its participation in this hearing, and there is no restrictions on who may address the Commission within the allotted time. But the Commission asks that all comments be brief, on subject, and non-repetitive, and directed to the Commission, not to any individual or group.
All right, thank you. I know that several individuals are here for specific petitions, so we're going to rearrange the schedule here. So we'll hear 3 and 4 first, if there are no objections.
Move to amend the agenda, Mr. Chairman. Second.
All right, got a motion and a second to amend the agenda.
All in favor of the movement, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so with that, we'll just take the agenda from top to bottom, moving 3 and 4 to the top.
Good afternoon, everyone. We'll start with item number 3, Z-25-26, a petition by Jamie Patel on behalf of Elmick Investment Properties, LLC, requesting a rezoning from Zone A Agriculture to Zone B1 Neighborhood Business to develop a convenience store with a drive-through restaurant affecting properties containing approximately 1.9 acres located at 2385 Tobacco Road and 4202 White Pine Court. Item number 4, SC-25-09, a petition by Jamie Patel on behalf of Elmick Investment Properties, LLC, requesting a special exception per section 21-2B of the Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance to establish a convenience store with a drive-through restaurant affecting properties containing approximately 1.9 acres located at 2385 Tobacco Road and 4202 White Pine Court.
Before we move forward with the presentation, is the petitioner present for these particular items? Okay, don't see the petitioner present. Just for the record.
To deny with prejudice, Mr.
Hold on just a second, Chairman. Hold on just a second. Oh, just for the record, anybody in opposition to this project? Items number 3 and 4.
And we have signed petitions.
Okay, thank you, sir. If you would like to submit those to the staff, you can. All right, anybody in support of 3 and 4? Okay, now the chairman will entertain the motion.
Motion to deny with prejudice, Mr. Chairman. Both petitions.
I'll second it.
Okay, there has been a motion to deny item 3 and the companion item 4. It's been properly moved and seconded.
With prejudice.
With prejudice.
Smith.
All right, so that's a denial with prejudice for Z-2526 and SE-2509 by Clicks and Davis. All in favor of the denial, say aye.
Let's do it.
We're doing, what you doing? What we doing? Who's saying me?
You have to do it separately.
You don't have to. We doing, okay.
Okay, yeah, just take them separately. Let's do
We'll
roll
do separate,
call.
okay.
Yeah,
Denial for 25, 26. All in favor of the denial, say aye.
roll call.
You want to do roll call?
Roll call, yes,
Wanna do roll
please.
call? Okay. Commissioner Cooks, how do you vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Spencer? Yes. Commissioner Owens?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Neill?
Yes.
Commissioner Prince?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Malice? Commissioner Lacey?
Yes.
And Commissioner McKnight?
Yes.
All right, so that is a denial with prejudice for Z 2526. All right, let's do the denial with prejudice for special exception 2509. You want to do another roll call?
Yes.
Okay. Commissioner O'Neill, how do we vote for a special exception?
Yes to deny.
Yes to deny. Commissioner Prince?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Owens?
Yes.
Commissioner Malice? Commissioner Spencer?
Yes.
Commissioner Lacey?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooks?
Yes.
Commissioner McKnight?
Yes.
And Commissioner, I did Prince, right?
Yes.
Okay, so special exception 2509 is denied as well.
All right, thank you. So if you were here for those and you would like to exit, please do so now. However, you are welcome to stay for the remainder of the agenda. All right, let's move forward.
Item number 1, Z-25-23, petition by GCC Development LLC on behalf of Walter Sheridan Wilson Trust, requesting a rezoning from zone. You can't hear me? Sorry about that. Requesting a rezoning from Zone A Agriculture to Zone B2 General Business to develop an extended stay hotel effective properties containing approximately 2.17 acres out of a 20.9 acres tract located at 3611 Willow Road. Item number 2, SC 25-10, petition by GCC Development LLC on behalf of Walter Sheridan Wilson Trust, requesting a special exception per section 22-2D of the comprehensive zoning ordinance to establish an extended stay hotel affecting property containing approximately 2.17 acres out of 20.9 acres tract located at 3611 Willow Road.
Amanda Cruz, Planner 1. Because these two items are companion items, the rezoning and the special exception, I'll present them together, even though like the first one, they'll be separate motions. So I'll go ahead and get started. This application involves a 2.17 acre tract out of a 20.09 acre tract. The petition seeks to rezone the property from agriculture to B2 general business to construct an extended stay hotel. The 20.09 acre portion of the land contains a house that was built in 1948 and is approximately 2,004 square feet in size. The 2.17 acre tract remains vacant and undeveloped land. A special exception application, SC 2510, has been submitted along with this rezoning request. Extended stay hotels are permitted by special exception in the B2 general business zone. The concept plan submitted with the rezoning application features the following, as well as with the special exception application. A 4-story extended stay hotel with 119 guest rooms. Those include kitchens, 135 parking spaces, fitness center, guest laundry, delivery lockers, complimentary continental breakfast, outdoor patio, dumpster with enclosure, and 1 detention pond. According to the 2023 comprehensive plan, this property is located within the Bel Air character area. This area is in the Doctors Hospital Activity Center, and it retains a mix of healthcare-related businesses, offices, medium-density housing, and commercial establishments. As mentioned, extended stay hotels are permitted by special exception in the B2 general business zone, but they must meet the following criteria. That there shall be no direct vehicle access to any guest room. The conceptual site plan does not show that there would be any direct vehicle access to any guest room. There shall be staff or management on duty 24 hours per day, 7 days per week. The hotel will be staffed 24 hours per day, 7 days per week, according to the applicant. Each guest room should have a minimum of 280 square feet, and this complies with the smallest guest room shown at 328 square feet. No business license shall be issued for any business operated from any guest room. They must comply with this zoning regulation moving forward. No outside storage or permitted parking of equipment or vehicles shall be permitted. They also must comply with this zoning regulation. No buildings constructed under this section could be converted or used for apartments or condominiums. They also must comply moving forward with this zoning regulation. Preliminary plan shall be submitted showing the proposed layout of the buildings, ingress, egress, buffers and landscaping, amenities, density of the development. And this preliminary plan should be considered in granting the special exception. They must comply. A conceptual plan was shown, but it did not include the buffers or landscaping details as shown on the screen. There are no recent zoning history or actions for the property. According to the FEMA flood insurance rate maps firm, the property is not located within a special flood hazard area. According to the Augusta-Richmond County GIS map layer, there are wetlands located on the main 20.09 acre tract, but on this 2.17 acre tract where the hotel is located, there are no wetlands. The nearest public transit stop is located approximately 735 feet away at the intersection of Wheeler Road and Perimeter Parkway. According to the Georgia Department of Transportation State Functional Classification Map of 2017, Perimeter Parkway is classified as a local road. According to the preliminary traffic impact worksheet, the Traffic Engineering Department has determined that a traffic study is not necessary for the proposed development. The zoning districts that are adjacent in the northeast and south are B2 general business, and properties to the west are zoned B2 general business and R3B multiple family residential. The proposed change to B2 would be consistent with the 2023 comprehensive plan, and at the time of completion of the report, staff have not received inquiries regarding the petition as advertised. We did receive some comments from utilities stating that there is a water line on Perimeter Parkway and a sewer line on each side of the property. However, both properties with the sewer may need an easement to get to them. And that concludes staff presentation for both the zoning or the rezoning and the special exception.
Thank you. Is the petitioner present? All right, sir, if you would come up and give us your name, address, and any new details on your project.
Good afternoon. My name is Alex Grace. I reside in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I represent GCC Development, developing the hotel.
What's your address there, sir?
It is 4650 South Lee Highway, McDonald, Tennessee, 37353.
Thank you.
I would just add that we're developing a hotel. It's Live Smart by Hilton. It'll be a Hilton brand hotel under their standards. It does have the extended stay designation. If you look into the elevations, we're providing a small kitchenette. With that kitchenette, that triggers the extended stay. We will be renting these rooms by the day. If you look at the site plan, we have a drop-off area. It will be manned 24 hours with a full staff, providing the same level of service you would expect out of a Hilton. But be glad to answer any questions that anybody has about the property and the development.
Questions from commissioners?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner McKnight.
I was wondering if you, is this property going to be subdivided out and owned separately, or is it going to be part of a more global plan with the other 18 acres?
We're purchasing the 2+ acres from the Wilson Trust, and so they will retain the balance of the land of the 20 acres. So we're fee simple buying the out parcel.
Thank you.
All right, additional questions from commissioners? Seeing none. Anyone in the audience object to this petition? All right, anybody support? Okay, all right, staff recommendations. Oh, you got a couple back there if you want to count those for support. All right, staff recommendations.
The Planning Development staff recommends approval of the rezoning request to B2 general business with the following conditions. The applicant must subdivide the 2.17 acres tract following approval of this zoning request. Number 2, a private road maintenance agreement must be established for the proposed roadway and comply with all of the traffic engineering standards and regulations. Number 3, the development must comply with all aspects of the Augusta Tree Ordinance. Number 4, the approval of this rezoning request does not constitute approval of the conceptual site plan submitted with the rezoning application. The proposed development shall obtain site plan approval in compliance with site plan regulations of Augusta, Georgia prior to construction commencing on this property. The development of the property shall comply with all development standards and regulations set forth by the City of Augusta, Richmond County, Georgia, as it amends at the time of the development. This concludes staff recommendation.
Sir, do you accept the recommendations that were read by staff? Do you accept those recommendations?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, Chair will entertain a motion.
Move to approve, Mr. Chairman. Second.
It's been properly moved in second.
All right, so there is a motion to approve with staff recommendations, Z2523, by Cooks and Owens. All in favor of the approval, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, now we gotta take the vote on the special exception.
Move to approve special exception without.
Yeah, you can read, yeah. She already presented the information, so we'll just hear the staff recommendations.
Okay. The Plan of Development recommends approval of special exception requested with the following condition. Shall comply with all applicable regulations set forward in section 22-2D of the Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance of Augusta, Georgia. The extended stay hotel shall be limited to 4 stories with no more than 119 guest rooms. The development of the property shall comply with all development standards and regulations set forward by the City of Augusta, Richmond County, Georgia, as amended at the time of development. This concludes staff recommendations.
All right, sir, do you accept those recommendations from staff?
Yes, I do.
All right, Chair will entertain a motion.
Move to approve, Mr. Chairman. Second.
Properly moved and seconded.
All right, special exception 2510, approved with staff recommendation, Cooks and Owens. All in favor of the approval, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no. Thank you much.
On to petition number 5.
Okay. Item number 5, Z-25-22, petition by Plexus Research. Oh, 27, sorry about that. A petition by Plexus Research and Design, Inc. on behalf of estate of Norma J. Bronte, requesting a rezoning from Zone R1-A, 1 family residential, to Zone P-1 professional office to develop a professional legal office, affecting properties containing approximately 0.26 acres located at 3329 West Cliff Court. Staff represent.
Kevin Boyd, Development Services Manager. Before Mr. Todd Kennedy gives this background, he is our new senior planner. This is his 3rd week working with the city, and so far it's been a pleasure. And so we wanted to give you all a formal introduction of him. We failed to do so during the pre-meeting, and so he will be presenting this item on behalf of staff.
Right.
Thank you.
Welcome, Mr. Kennedy.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Kevin, for that warm introduction, and I'll go ahead and begin. Mr. Chair, members of the commission, the case before you is a petition and for rezoning, and that seeks to rezone a 0.26 acre parcel located at 3329 West Cliff Court within the Canogate neighborhood from R1A, one family residential, to P1, that's professional office. For the use as a professional legal office. The residence is currently vacant, measures 1,760 square feet, and was constructed in 1970. Comprehensive plan consistency, the proposed development is within the West Augusta character area, and the applicant's proposal is compatible with the desired development pattern of the West Augusta character area. The findings included by staff or provided by staff are a total of 9 findings. I'll just go ahead and just generically move forward quickly through them. The 0.26 acre tract is located within the intersection of Pleasant Home Road and West Cliff Court. Number 2, the property is situated within the Canogate neighborhood, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, by the way. Number 3, the Georgia Department of Transportation, GDOT, functional classification map 2017 classifies Pleasant Home as a local road. Number 4, the public transit route number 5 runs along Pleasant Home Road with a bus stop located approximately 1 mile from the property. Number 5, public water and sewer are present in the immediate area. And number 6, adjacent zoning to the west, it's R1A. To the north, R1E. And then to the south is P1, professional office. And number 7, according to the FEMA flood insurance maps, property is not located within a special flood hazard area. Number 8, according to the Augusta Richmond GIS wetlands layer, there are no wetlands located on the property. And number 9, at the time of completion of this report, staff has not received any inquiries regarding this application. Staff has received some comments from the engineering and utility comments, and engineering has provided, says that this is approved. Submission for work must include a site plan that considers the change to drainage, and detention will be required. That concludes my presentation. Mr. Chair, members of the commission.
Thank you, Mr. Kennedy. Is the petitioner present? Okay. All right, ma'am, if you could come to the podium and give us your name, address, and any additional details on your petition. Yes, that's perfectly fine.
Karen Barrios, reside at 106 Oakland Hills Court, Johns Creek, Georgia, 30097. So the plan is to rezone this, like, you know, he did such a good job, so thank you so much. As a professional service, we're a law firm. We've been here in Augusta for about 5 years. Want to do, I would say, minor changes to the outside. We are obviously considering doing the tree buffering that was suggested, and some parking spots in the front, and just enclosing currently the, I guess the best way I could describe it is a car porch that's open. And that's pretty much all the changes that we'll be doing to this property.
Thank you. Commissioners, do you have questions of the petitioner? I do. All right, Commissioner Smith.
Thank you. So you're turning this into a law office, which is compatible to some other law offices that are over there on Pleasant Home Road?
What I know is that beside this current property, I believe she's a psychologist. I don't see any law firms, to be honest with you. I don't know in the street, but I know beside us, I think she's more of like a psychologist. Yes.
Okay, because across the street, Randy Frails and some others have some law offices over there. But my point was that it's going to be a 1 or 2 practitioner office?
Just one.
Just one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's all I had. Thank you.
All right, additional questions from commissioners? All right, seeing none, anybody in the audience object to this petition? All right, seeing none in the same way, support? All right, you got one back here. That's it.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, staff recommendations.
The Planning and Development staff recommend approval of rezoning request to P1 professional office with the following condition. The installation of a 6-foot wooden privacy fence along the rear and side yard to buffer the nearby residents. Creation of a parking lot consisting of at least 6 spaces in the rear of the property. Parking will not be permitted in the front yard of the office building. Any proposed lighting fixture must be directly downward and not towards the building. Approval of this rezoning request does not constitute approval of the concept site plan, which must be compliant with all site plan regulations and Augusta, Georgia, prior to construction commence on this property. Development of this property shall comply with all development standards and regulations set forth by the City of Augusta, Richmond County, Georgia, at this time of development. That concludes staff's recommendation.
All right, do you accept those recommendations from staff?
I just wanted to clarify, did you say that we could not do the 6 parking spots in the front? I couldn't hear you that well.
Okay, creation of the parking lots consists of at least 6 spaces in the rear of the property. Parking will not be permitted in the front yard of the building. So yes, you can't park in the front.
So based on the drawing, that's it? Yes, I do accept. Thank you.
All right, the chair will entertain a motion.
Move to approve. Second recommendation.
Just moving properly second.
All right, so Z2527, that was an approval with staff recommendations by Davis and Owens. All in favor of the approval, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no. Thank you.
All right, petition number 6.
All right, item number 6, Z-25-28, petition by George Fuller on behalf of Georgia Baptist Church Children's Home and the Salvation Army, requesting a rezoning from Zone A Agriculture and R1 One Family Residential to Zone R1C One Family Residential to develop a single-family residential subdivision affecting property containing approximately 36.54 acres located at 3630 Winston Spring Road. Staff represent.
All right, Kevin Boyd, Development Services Manager. This request seeks to rezone 36.54 acre tract, which is a combination of agricultural and R1 to R1C, single family or one family residential, to develop a single family detached residential subdivision. This property is currently undeveloped vacant land. The property fronts Windsor Spring Road, and the concept plan presented with the rezoning request or application proposes the following: 107 single-family detached homes, an overall density of 2.93 units per acre, 2 new public streets with sidewalks on each side, a stormwater detention pond, and an open space of 11 acres, or approximately 30% of the property. According to the 2023 comprehensive plan, the property is located in the South Augusta character area. In terms of staff's findings, there were 2 recent rezoning actions affecting the subject property. One in 2022, it was Z-2257. There was a request to R1D with the initial proposal for 354 lots. It was narrowed down to 222 and later withdrawn by the applicant. Following request was made in January 4th of 2023. It was Z-2303. It was also a request to R1D zoning, allows for higher density single family for the 354 lots. It made it to the Augusta Commission, but no action was taken. Number 2 is that the property has nearby access to potable water and sanitary sewer systems. The Georgia Department of Transportation GDOT functional classification map classifies this section of Windsor Spring Road as a major arterial street. There are no public transit available in the immediate area. According to the FEMA flood insurance maps, the property is not located in a special flood hazard area. According to the Richmond County GIS map layer, there are no wetlands located on the property. Adjacent zoning districts to the north and south are zoned agricultural and R1. Properties immediately to the east are zoned R1, and to the west are zoned agricultural, R1, and B2 general business. Based on the plan submitted, traffic engineering will require a full traffic study for the proposed development. The proposed change to R1C is consistent with the 2023 comprehensive plan, and at the time of the completion of the staff report, staff has not received any inquiries regarding the zoning petition. That concludes staff presentation.
Thank you. Is the petitioner present? All right, sir, if you could come up and give us your name, address, and any additional details on your petition.
Hey, my name is George Fuller. I live 525 Chamblin Road in Grovetown. And feel free to answer any questions you may have, but it's pretty self-explanatory.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Fuller. Commissioners, do you have questions of the petitioner? No, seeing none. Okay, anybody in the audience oppose this petition? All right, in the same way, anybody support? Okay, to the opposition, would you like to express your opposition at the podium? All right, well, you have a balance of 10 minutes, sir. You can give 10. So if you could just give us your name, your address. Like I said, you have 10 minutes if you can make your comments directly to the Planning Commission.
My name is Lonnie Wimler. I live at 2777 Willis Foreman Road, Hesper, Georgia, in South Augusta. This piece of property did come to you before, and there was no action taken because of problem with density. And now you came in, and actually I don't think he even told us what's the size of the structures that are going to be developed. That is another problem we have, because it appears with 107 units in such a small area, it's going to be some small homes. In May of this year, the Richmond County Neighborhood Association Alliance, which I am the president of, had the administrator come to us and talk to us about the strategic plan that have for Augusta. I thought it was a master plan, but they call it a different name. And nothing in that plan talks about such development in South Augusta, and that is one of the main reasons. That density right there is not going to be conducive to good living. You're stacking peoples on top of people.
Thank you, Mr. Wembley. Anybody else from the opposition like an opportunity to speak? Only 2 minutes. Okay. All right. So you have a balance of about 8 minutes.
Samuel Walker, 3754 Bansberry Place, the president of the Cambridge Neighborhood Association. This was brought, and like Mr. Lundy said, there's no size given on the houses that are being built. I heard through the grapevine, not knowing whether or not it was true, there's going to be 800 square feet, which is starter homes. Everybody knows what starter homes end up being. What we used to call Section 8 home, now it's being called what? Affordable homes. Okay. Now, in that area over there, those of you who have not been out there or gone out there, there's only one way they can get out. They have to come out and go to the right of Winston Spring Road. I was here twice with the Cambridge Neighborhood Association, and that area was denied based on the engineer's study and the way that they was trying to build in that area. Okay. Now, if they're going to build, and I would like for him to tell you guys what size homes are they planning on building, so you guys would know. So I can't ask him that because I'm supposed to be talking to the commission. So can y'all ask him what size home? Someone?
Well, so we'll go through.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, we'll go through the formalities first.
All right. So the Cambridge Neighborhood Association will aggressively be pursuing to have this here denied when it comes forward if you guys decide to approve it. All right? Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Anybody else from the opposition? If not, we will close that portion And to the petitioner, would you like to briefly address any of those concerns that you heard?
Yes, I would. I don't know where their information was coming from, but the homes that we're going to build are the same as the homes in Wedgwood that are being constructed now. So on Peach Orchard Road, they're 60-foot lots. They're definitely not stacked on top of each other, and the houses will be the same price point. They may be a little higher than Wedgwood, so they'll probably be in the 350s. And the houses are from 2,200 to like 3,200 square feet. They're definitely no houses 800 square feet, and it would be the same builder that's building currently in Wedgwood. It's Great Southern Homes. Yes, I don't know where.
Sir, if you could just direct your comments directly to the commission.
We definitely don't have any intentions of stacking houses or building anything. They're not starter homes whatsoever. So we haven't ever, we cut the density, I think, a third with this plan. So the lots will be the same size and the houses will be basically the exact same floor plans that we have out there.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Any final questions from Commissioner Spencer?
I was concerned about the traffic coming out on Winter Spring Road, but I was assured by staff that engineering would look at that and make that a concern, correct?
We will, yes.
Okay, all right. Let's hear the staff recommendations.
The Planning and Development staff recommends approval of the rezoning request to R1 1C, one family residential with the following conditions. Development must substantially conform to the concept plan submitted with this rezoning application. The overall distance shall not exceed 2.93 units per acre. The sidewalks are required along both sides of all internal streets within the proposed subdivision. The development must have alternating elevation with at least 4 different facades, all alternative and none with more than 30% vinyl siding for the front facades of the homes. The development must provide at least 25% open space and a covered mail kiosk. Amenities, i.e. walking trails and a playground, pavilion, patio area, etc., must be included within the development. Approval of this rezoning request does not constitute approval of the conceptual subdivision plan. Submit with the rezoning application. The proposed development shall obtain final plat approval in compliance with the land subdivision regulation of Augusta, Georgia, prior to the construction commenced on this property. The proposed development shall obtain development plans approval in compliance with the site plan regulations of Augusta, Georgia, prior to construction commencing on this property. The development of the property shall comply with all development standards and regulations set forth by the City of Augusta, Richmond County, Georgia, as amended at the time of development. That concludes staff recommendation.
Sir, do you accept those recommendations from staff?
I do.
All right, Chairman will entertain a motion.
I recommend approval with staff recommendation.
Second, staff recommendation, second. And
right,
I would like to make a side comment. Good job, staff.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve this petition with the staff recommendations.
All right, so that was Z2528, approved for staff recommendation by Spencer and McKnight.
Yeah, can we do a roll call vote?
Commissioner Spencer, how do you vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Owens?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Neill?
Yes.
Commissioner Prince?
Yes.
Commissioner Lacey?
Yes.
Commissioner Malice? Yes. Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
And Commissioner McKnight?
Yes.
All right, thank you, guys.
All right, thank you. I'm moving on to, to item number 7.
All right, item number 7, Z-25-29, a petition by Proposed Holding LLC on behalf of Good News Church, Inc., requesting a rezoning from Zone R1, one family residential, and R-1A, one family residential, to Zone R1E, one family residential, to develop a single family residential subdivision affecting approximately 4.08 acres out of a 7.47 acres tract located at 400 Warren Road. Staff will present.
Brian Kepner, zoning administrator. As a Director has stated this is to rezone 4.08 acres out of a larger 7.47 acre property from R1, one-family residential, to R1E, one-family residential, to develop a residential subdivision of 30 detached 2 or 3 bedroom home, 2 or 3 bedroom modern style cottages consisting of 800 to 900 square feet with proposed green space and common area. The property is situated between Warren Road, Clay Hill Road, and Warren Bridge Road, with Interstate I-20 being adjacent to the south. The property has previously approved a special exception for a telecommunications tower. The proposed subdivision will gain access off of Warren Road. The proposed residential subdivision would consist of 30 detached 2 or 3 bedroom modern style cottages on approximately 1,980 square feet fee simple lots, title lots. The 2 or 3 bedroom cottages would range in size from 800 to 900 square feet, meeting the minimum square footage requirements for single family dwellings. The subdivision proposes to have green space and common area of approximately 25% to include a dog park. Potable water and sanitary sewer are available to the property. The Georgia Department of Transportation Function Classification Map 2017 classifies Warren Road as a local road. There are no public transit available within a half mile of the property. According to the FEMA flood insurance rate maps, the property is not located within a flood zone or special flood hazard area. And according to the Augusta-Richmond County GIS map layers, there are no wetlands located on the property. The property across Warren Road at the intersection of Warren Road, Clay Hill Road, and Crane Ferry Road is zoned B1, a neighborhood business. The remaining properties across Warren Road are zoned R1, one-family residential, and properties to the east and west are zoned R1A, one-family residential. As stated previously, Interstate I-20 is directly to the south of the property. Comments received from different departments as engineering says detention fallout must have approval of GDOT if sent to the I-20 corridor. Then the entrance road should come into Warren Road as close to a 90-degree as possible. The proposed change to the R1E with single-family detached dwellings would be consistent with the 2023 comprehensive plan. And at the time of the completion of the report, we have received a few inquiries with one in objection to the zoning request, and that concludes staff's report.
Thank you. Is the petitioner present? All right, sir, if you come up and give us your name, address, and any additional details on your petition.
I'm Nick Teskey, live at 460 Timberwolf Trail in Martinez, Georgia. We're partnering, the goal here is to partner with the church to help improve the church area and to provide housing for, these are starter homes, so this is different in relation to the previous petition. But with this, our idea is to provide modern starter homes in this location, and with some common areas. We look at a prayer garden, we're looking at a dog park, and also a community garden on the property. The goal really there is to partner with the church for any ministry opportunities, and also to provide access to the local community as well, to the dog park and the facilities that are present there, including the community garden.
Thank you, sir. Commissioners, do you have questions of the petitioner? Commissioner Smith.
Mr. Teskey.
Yes.
I live in Montclair, right down the street from where you're proposing this, and the issue that I've heard from over the weekend is this rezoning sign, number one, was put out. Whenever it was put out, then it was gone for a period of time, and then it reappeared on Friday. And the people that live in the neighborhood have serious doubts about why that occurred. And obviously, I don't think you can speak to that, but it has. We've had issues with the Montclair Association's had issues with us over a bait and switch that occurred up on the top part of Montclair. And so what they're what I've heard from the weekend is that they're concerned that this is the first step to get us to approve the left-hand side change in the zoning, and then at some point y'all will tear the church down or repurpose the church to do something else with it, and you will be able to rely on the fact that we've already changed the zoning. What is the long-term plan besides this?
So we actually had as part of the Montclair community reached out to us, and so we had a meeting with them earlier on, then had a meeting also this weekend that we opened it up to the community to address some of these concerns and questions. One of the requests I made, one of the comments that came out of that was that in the ordinance or in our request that we would specifically state single-family detached housing. So that is our request and that is our intent. As far as the church is concerned, Pastor Judd's here and he can address that question probably better than me. But the reality is the church already, there's 4 ministries, I believe, that operate out of the church, and there is no intention to tear down the church. If anything, the proceeds from this the goal was to try to help them upgrade the church.
So currently, you're taking over the parking lot, and that was one of the issues that came up was you're taking over the parking lot. Where's the parking for the church going to be in the future?
So we addressed that in the drawing. What we would have to do as first stage would be to relocate the parking to the opposite side, really behind the church. We did detail that in the drawing, and that's our intention. That would be the first thing that we would do before we actually started the project itself.
Have you met with our planners to determine how much parking you're going to have? Because obviously the part on the left-hand side or the closest to the Warren Road Bridge, that part of is not as big as the part that you're trying to develop.
Correct, and we have had that discussion with the planning and zoning folks.
So you think that you will be able to provide the same amount of parking in that as you already have?
We will be able to provide more than what they require based on the size of the church and the people that are in those seats.
Okay, and these homes are planning on being 800 and 900 square feet.
Yes.
And you're putting them on a 1,000 square foot lot, is that right?
That's correct.
So there's not a lot of room left over if you put a 900 square foot house on a 1,000 square foot. There's not going to be much room between the two buildings, am I correct?
There'll be 10 foot between the buildings, correct.
Is this rendering that you've given to us, is that a true and accurate depiction of what you're going to build, or is that just a rendering that y'all came up with and copied and pasted for us?
This rendering is probably the 4th or 5th iteration that we've gone through as we've been meeting with the planning and zoning folks. And it's based on their comments each time we've addressed their comments. Then there were some other comments, so we changed it again and changed it again. So this is as close as we can possibly get to at this point to meet all of their requirements. Oh, you're talking about the houses?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. These, this is a rough estimate right now, rough design, obviously. I have met with architects in town, and so we'll dial this in and would have it's very similar, at least in concept. That is what we want to provide.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Commissioner Spencer.
I just wanted to make sure, they're not container homes that you're planning on?
No, ma'am, not at all. These will all be stick-built houses.
Mr. Chairman, I got one question.
Commissioner McKnight.
So are these lots going to be individually owned?
Correct.
They are going to be owned? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Commissioner O'Neill.
And these lots, I think I heard you say that the church, you'll be using this to help the church fund the church. But these lots will be sold only to the people going to the 3 missions of the church, or is this open to the public?
Absolutely open to the public, no. So we're partnering with the church in the project.
You're partnering with the church, okay. But these lots will be sold individually, and they're not faith-based?
No,
okay.
They're not.
Thank you.
They're not.
Commissioner Smith.
You said the pastor's here?
Yes.
Sir, if you would just give us your name and address as well.
My name is Matt Judd. I live at 2009 Wellington Road in North Augusta. And I pastor at Good News Church. And I've been pastoring 30 years. Started off on Wrightsboro Road Shopping Center, then we moved to Augusta Prep, and then we purchased the building on Warren Road 20 years ago in May. And so I've been pastoring 30 years. And so about the question about the buildings staying in ministry, I'm 63, but I have no intentions of retiring. I love what I do, and we want to keep it a church. And we do have 2 other ministries. The Father's House meets on Saturday. The River meets on Friday nights. And then we also do a program with the release time with the Warren Road Elementary School. We have during the school year, we have 120 kids come over for Bible lessons for 1-hour classes. We've been doing that for 4 years, and we love that program, and we want to keep that going as well. And so part of the things we want to do is maybe offer classes. We'll have a neighborhood right there by the church about, finances and marriage and other things, opportunities for whoever moves into these homes. And we intend to manage the HOA. So we have a stake in this neighborhood. We've been here a long time, and we care about the neighborhood. We've done different things over the years for Montclair, Warren Road. We've done community kindness, where we cleaned up the road. We've done trunk or treat for 7 years, which is a free event, Halloween alternative, and then other different things for the neighborhood. And we love this neighborhood. We're for this neighborhood. And what we want to do is add value to what this property is. Our desire, I would use the word bless, but I use the word win. I want it to be a win for Augusta, Richmond County. I want it to be a win for the Montclair, Warren Road neighborhood, win for the church, for Nick Teskey and his development crew, and then for the people that are going to be moving in. I really desire. We've had other people approach us about buying that property. We had office complex, school, folks wanting to do townhomes, and we've turned all those down. But when Nick approached us with this project, I really like it. I think it'll really add value to the neighborhood and be a benefit for all involved.
My question is, who are you selling this property to, Mr. Teskey, or are y'all gonna remain? Do y'all own it? How's that transaction going to occur?
You want to explain that, Nick? Or? Yeah.
So, when we develop the property, we will develop it in conjunction with the church. The property will transfer to a separate LLC that the church will be a part of, and then proceeds will be split with the church 50-50.
Okay. Thank you.
Commissioner O'Neill.
As far as the church running the HOA, is that faith-based, first question, is the HOA mandatory?
Yes, the HOA would be mandatory.
And the church will run a mandatory HOA?
The church will, yes, but the church will also maintain one property in this subdivision, and so they will be an owner as well.
And will the church relinquish control of the HOA to the neighborhood once it reaches a certain occupancy? And that number will be what?
We haven't determined that yet. When we address this with the attorneys, we'll find out what's recommended there. But at this stage, I don't have that number.
And just thank you. Legal, do we have any issues there? Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, Commissioner Davis.
I think it's a great plan. One question I have is, what is the material of the outside of it?
So it's going to be hardy plank, hardy board is what we're looking at right now. We want this to be very durable, and no vinyl siding, nothing like that. Again, we're targeting really first-time homeowners, but we want reliability. Granite, high-end finishes is what we're proposing here, and to the outside as well. We don't, and that's part of the HOA too, is the landscaping, yard maintenance, all that's going to be part of the HOA, because we don't want this, any yards that are not kept and those kinds of things. So that's going to be part of that management.
Thank you.
Additional comments or questions from commissioners? Okay, seeing none. Anybody in the audience oppose this petition? That's one. All right, anybody support? Any support? Okay. To the opposition, ma'am, would you like to express your opposition? You just want to be notated? You can come to this podium to the right of me. If you give us your name and your address, you have a balance of 10 minutes, and if you could make your comments directly to the Planning Commission.
My name is Mary Gill. I live at 108 Gardner's Mill Road in Montclair, and I am opposed to this. Number one, there are no comparable houses in this area. 800, 900 foot. How are they going to put 3 bedrooms in that? You got to think about the traffic. We already have a problem with traffic on Warren Road, Warren Bridge Road, the whole thing from Montclair. There's a school there, work traffic in the morning and in the evening. And if you're going to build a house, make it attractive. That is ugly. I'm sorry, I'm opposed. I have not heard anyone address the issue of traffic. That's a major problem.
You have anything else, ma'am?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is there a spokesperson for the supporting side that would like to speak, or you just want to notate? Okay, sir, if you come up and give us your name, address, and you can express your support. You have 10 minutes if you can make your comments directly to the Planning Commission.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Commission. My name is Trent Mercer. I live at 208 Buckhead Court in Montclair, Augusta, Georgia, 30907. When I first saw this sign, and it has, Mr. Smith, it has been up the whole time. It's hard to see, I grant it. I would recommend that y'all get a lot larger signs to be posted, but for us older folks that can't necessarily see while we're driving. But anyway, the sign has been up. And my first concern was the density of this property. But I met with other residents and these two gentlemen at the church, and then they opened the church Saturday morning for any other residents that wanted to come in to answer any questions. After meeting with them, my stipulation was that it be a condition of single-family detached homes for the purpose of that an individual wouldn't, or an entity wouldn't own several in that area, and then it becomes something of a rental property type thing. I would own an individual lot, no matter how small. And I think they have an ambitious plan, but I would like to see the plan succeed with the condition that it's single-family detached homes. The purpose of that detached is so that if something does happen, then we don't have to come back to zoning and fight a condominium complex or townhomes that are on top of one another or next to one another, and the density goes way out.
All right, you have anything additional, sir? No, sir. All right, thank you. To the petitioner, you heard the concerns from the opposing side. You have an opportunity to address those if you would like.
Well, obviously, we feel like this is going to be an addition to the community, and that's the goal from the get-go. You know, I can't really speak to how the houses look. We're working with architects in town, and we'll try to. We wanted the modern look. It is a little bit different than what's currently in Montclair and in that area, but this is a detached development from that.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Staff recommendations.
With the need to provide a variety of single-family detached homes, especially starter homes, the plan development staff recommends approval of the rezoning request to R1E, one-family residential, with the following conditions. Development must substantially conform to the concept plan for detached single-family homes submitted with this rezoning application, provided sidewalks along both sides of the internal streets with the proposed subdivision. No dwellings shall be located within a 150-foot radius of the telecommunication tower. Approvals of this rezoning request does not constitute approval of the conceptual subdivision plan submitted with the rezoning application. The proposed development shall obtain final plat approvals in compliance with the land subdivision regulations of Augusta, Georgia, prior to construction commence on this property. The development of this property shall comply with all development standards and regulations set forth by the City of Augusta, Richmond County, Georgia, as amended at the time of development. That concludes staff recommendation.
All right, sir, do you accept those staff recommendations?
Yes, sir.
All right, Chair would entertain a motion.
I make a motion with staff's recommendations, Mr. Chairman.
All right, so properly moved and seconded to approve this petition with staff recommendations.
All right, so that's approval for Z 2529 with staff recommendations by McKnight and Davis. I'm going to do a roll call vote.
Thank you.
You're cool. All right, so Commissioner Spencer, how do we vote? Okay. Commissioner Owens? Yes. Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Prince?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
No.
Commissioner O'Neill?
Abstain.
Commissioner Malice? Yes. Commissioner Lacey?
Yes.
And Commissioner McKnight?
Yes.
Okay, so Z 2529 is approved with staff recommendations.
Thank you. All right, item number 8.
All right. Z-25-30, petition by Darren Meadows on behalf of Cyber Development LLC requesting a rezoning from Zone R3C, multifamily residential, to Zone B2, general business, to develop a data center affecting property containing approximately 16.1 acres located at 350 Digital Drive. Staff represent.
Amanda Cruz, Planner 1. This rezoning petition is to rezone approximately 16.1 acres currently zoned R3C, multiple family residential, to B2 general business located at 350 Digital Drive. The applicant seeks to incorporate this tract into the previously approved data center development on the adjacent parcels. Specifically, the intent of this rezoning is to provide more room for the data center development. Primarily, the additional 16.1 acres will increase spacing between the buildings and avoid some of the wetland impacts located on the adjacent parcels in the north. No additional buildings are being proposed. The buildings and infrastructure items such as roads, drainage features, and a power substation will be reconfigured. The property is located in the Bel Air character area. The vision for the Bel Air character area includes a suburban area with medium-density residential development and well-planned communities. The recommended development patterns promote community objectives for the Bel Air character area, include office uses and economic prosperity. The proposed rezoning is consistent with the 2023 comprehensive plan. There have been 2 previous rezoning actions that we were talking about earlier, the proposed data center. The first one being Z22-26, a requested change from zoning agriculture and RMH, residential mobile home, to B2 general business for the proposed data center. This was approved by the Augusta Commission in August of 2022 with conditions. The conditions of that approved rezoning are number 1, being based on future development of the site, development regional impact DRI review may be required. The total height of any structure shall not exceed 4 stories or 55 feet to include any attached or detached structure. And this project shall comply with all development standards and regulations set forth by the City of Augusta, Georgia at the time of development. The second previous rezoning action, Z24-22, requested to change the zoning from agriculture and general business B2 to general business for the same proposed data center. This was also approved by the Augusta Commission. This was in July of 2024 with conditions, and those conditions of Z24-22 are as follows. Number one, the total height of any structure shall not exceed 68 feet, excluding the housing of elevators, equipment required to operate and maintain the building and parapet walls, but no structure or any space above the height limit shall be allowed for the purpose of providing additional enclosed space for commercial use, and all elevators and equipment shall be screened. Number two, a phase plan for the development will be submitted. The first phase that is outside of the wetlands may be submitted for site plan approval, provided the inert landfill has been remediated per Augusta, Richmond County Engineering and Planning Department directors. The second phase of the site plan review will be for the portions of the development within the wetlands and shall be contingent upon the Army Corps of Engineers approval, and the remediation of the unauthorized inert landfill per Augusta, Richmond County Engineering and Planning and Development Department. Number three, materials in the existing inert landfill shall be entirely removed, or their owner will need to rezone the affected areas of the property to support the existing inert landfill area prior to submitting for a land disturbance permit and building permit. Number four, the developer shall provide an enhanced landscape buffer along Gordon Highway. The development shall provide a staggered double landscape street yard consisting of at least one large tree for each 45 linear feet on center street frontage, with a large tree being located within 20 feet of each side property line. Number five, the development shall comply with all requirements of the Traffic Engineering Department and Georgia Department of Transportation at the time of submittal for site plan approval. Number six, approval of the rezoning request shall not constitute approval of the conceptual site plan submitted with the rezoning application. The proposed development shall go through site plan approval process in compliance with the site plan regulations of Augusta, Georgia, prior to construction commencing. Number seven, the development project shall comply with all development standards and regulations set forth by the City of Augusta at the time of development. Number eight, all lighting shall be downcast and pointed away from the residential property line. And number nine, the required parking shall equal square feet plus flex office space or office square feet divided by 300 square feet of gross floor area of office space. The previous rezoning requests from 2022 and 2024 are of the larger development, as you can see on the screen, and they required development of regional impact DRI reviews. Review comments from 2022 did not provide any significant issues concerning the proposed development. The 2024 review received comments from Columbia County concerning the coordination with them during the site plan review process. Adjacent zoning districts to the north and east are B2 general business, properties to the west are zone B2 general business and R1E, and properties to the south across Gordon Highway, that would be Fort Gordon. City public water and sewer are available to the property. According to the FEMA flood insurance rate maps firm, the property is not located in a special flood hazard area. According to Augusta Richmond County GIS layers, there are no wetlands located on this parcel, but as stated, they are located northern on the adjacent properties. According to the Georgia Department of Transportation State Functional Classification Map of 2017, Gordon Highway is a principal arterial, and public transit is not available near the property. There was a traffic study from 2024 that was reviewed by the Augusta Traffic Engineering Department at the time of the previous rezoning. The submitted study indicated that 130 weekday trips would be generated per day. The traffic engineering concurred with the study's conclusion for the proposed development to consist of one right turn deceleration lane into the property and two left turn lanes out of the property. Based on the new plans that were submitted, traffic engineering will require a full traffic impact study for this proposed data center development. So that's something that the applicant will need to coordinate with the traffic engineering department at the time. Fort Gordon was notified via electronic mail of the rezoning application on July 16th, 2025, being that it is so close to the base. At the time of writing of this report, no comments have been received from them. At the time of completion of this report, staff have not received any inquiries regarding the petition as advertised, and that completes staff presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Is the petitioner present? All right, sir. You can come forward and give us your name, address, and any additional details on your petition.
Good afternoon. My name's Darren Meadows. I'm a partner in the Hull Barrett Law Firm located at 801 Broad Street, 7th floor here in Augusta. I submitted the application before you on behalf of my clients, MLBB LLC and QTS Atlanta 3 LLC, and the current property owner, Cyber Development LLC, seeking to rezone this tract of approximately 16 acres to B2 zoning so we can combine this tract with the 165-acre tract that we received rezoning approval for last year for a data center operation. The data center project contemplates 6 separate buildings, which represents an initial development investment of up to $2 billion. Beyond that, there will be millions of dollars in tenant investment in computer systems and other personal property to be located here. We anticipate in excess of 600 construction jobs and 160 to 220 long-term jobs from the data center operations and those of the tenants. The 16-acre parcel, which is the subject of this application, was previously rezoned to R3C for a planned apartment development. After my clients obtained rezoning for the 165-acre tract, we were discussing easements with the owners of this tract, and ultimately the owners offered to sell this tract to my clients. My clients elected to enter into a contract to purchase this tract because it provides additional room for the data center development, allowing better spacing between our buildings, and more importantly, helping us avoid some wetland impacts that we were dealing with on the 165-acre tract. Traffic impact of the proposed data center was assessed last year in the rezoning for the 165-acre tract. The change in the proposed use for the 16 acres before you today from apartments to now being incorporated into the data center will obviously yield a net reduction in potential traffic impact to the area, but we understand that we'll have to go through the process of the traffic study with the traffic department. When our rezoning for the adjacent 165-acre tract was approved, there were several conditions imposed, as we just heard, including height limitation, enhanced buffer requirements, directional lighting, parking requirements, and many others. We understand that the rezoning of this 16-acre tract will carry the same conditions, and we have no objections to that. If there are any questions, I do have people here from my client on both the development side and the technical side, so we can answer any questions you may have.
All right, thank you, sir. Commissioners, do you have questions of the petitioner? No? Seeing none.
I do have a question.
Okay, Commissioner Laracy.
Because you're so close to the fort, where is their input on this? Are they communicating with you folks?
Well, I think the staff can explain the process. I know that they receive a notice of anything that's done within this zone area.
Well, I guess what I'm saying, have they communicated with you previously?
Fort Gordon?
Yeah.
No, we don't have direct input with the fort. That's done through the staff notices that go out to the fort for any development that occurs in that zone.
Okay.
Just one other question.
Commissioner O'Neill.
The plan that we see in front of us, the master plan, the 16 acres is in the green space, right?
Yeah, like pale yellow.
Pale yellow, yes. And so pretty much we're looking at what you're planning on putting in that space, a driveway with a guardhouse.
Correct, yes.
There's no other structure going into this space.
A small portion of our proposed building, number 5, touches on the corner up there.
Yes.
So again, this really just allowed us to spread out and avoid the wetland impacts that we were going to have with the original plan. We're not adding more buildings. We're just moving things around to make them fit a little better and avoid those wetlands.
Thank you.
All right, commissioners, any additional questions? All right, seeing none. Anybody in the audience oppose this petition? All right, anybody support? All right, got a couple back here. You just want to make a note. Staff recommendations.
The plan of development staff recommends approval of the rezoning request with the following conditions. The total height of any structure shall not exceed 6 to 8 feet, excluding the housing of elevated equipment required to operate and maintain the building and a parapet wall, but no structure or any space above the height limit shall be allowed for the purpose of providing additional enclosed space for commercial use, and all elevators and equipment shall be screened. A phase plan for development will be submitted. The first phase that is outside of the wetlands and may be submitted for a site plan approval provided the inner landfill has been remediated per Augusta Richmond County Engineering and Planning Department directives. The second phase of the site plan review will be for the portion of development within the wetland and shall be contingent upon the Army Corps of Engineers approval and the remediation of the unauthorized inner landfill per Augusta Richmond County Engineering and Planning Department. Materials in the existing inner landfill shall either be entirely removed or the owner will need to rezone the affected areas of the property to support the existing inner field area prior to submitting for a land disturbance permit and building permit. The developer shall provide an enhanced landscape buffer along Gordon Highway. The development shall provide a staggered double landscape street yard consisting of at least one large tree for every 45 linear feet on the center of the street frontage, with a large tree being located within 20 feet of each side property line. The proposed development shall comply with all requirements of the Traffic Engineering Development Department and Georgia Department of Transportation at the time of submittal for site plan approval. The approval of the rezoning request shall not constitute approval of the conceptual site plan submitted with the rezoning application. The proposed development shall go through site plan approval process in compliance with site plan regulation of Augusta, Georgia, prior to construction commence on this property. This development project shall comply with all development standards and regulations set forth by the City of Augusta, Georgia at the time of development. All lighting shall be downcast and pointed away from the resident property line. The required parking shall equal office square feet plus flex office square feet divided by 300 square feet of gross floor area of office space. This concludes staff recommendations.
Does the petitioner accept those staff recommendations?
Yes, we do.
All right, Chair will entertain a motion.
Move to approve with staff recommendations. Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded to approve this petition with staff recommendations.
All right, so Z 2530 has been approved with staff recommendations by Davis and Owens. All in favor of the approval say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Thank you.
All right, item number 9.
Item number 9, Z-25-31, petition by GLM Family Enterprise LLLP, requesting a rezoning from Zone R1, one-family residential, and R1A, one-family residential, to Zone R3B, multiple family residential, to develop an existing living facility for seniors age 65 and above, affecting property containing approximately 8.6 acres located at 415 Boy Scout Road. Staff
Mr. Chairman, I need to recuse myself.
All right.
Brian Kepner, zoning administrator. As stated, this is an 8.6 acre parcel. They're requesting to rezone the property to R3B in an effort to renovate the former A. Brian Mary Elementary School into a senior assisted living facility age 65 and older. The facility will be comprised of 30 single living units within the existing building and 9 cabins consisting of 2 living units, each with a garage, and located along the north and east side of the property for a total of 48 living units. The senior assisted living facility proposes to provide elderly individuals requiring basic assistance and specialized care with modern living accommodations, support areas, recreational areas, and community integration programs designed to enhance the quality of life for seniors 65 years of age and older. The proposed senior assisted living facility, as previously, will have 18 two-bedroom units and 30 one-bedroom units for the total of 48 dwelling units. The R3B multifamily zoning allows for a maximum of 17 dwelling units per acre. The total number of dwelling units permitted for the 8.6 acre property would be 146 dwelling units. The overall residential density of the proposed 48 residential units on the 8.6 acre property would be 5.5 dwelling units per acre. The submitted conceptual site plan indicates that the proposed facility will buffer itself from the adjacent single-family homes along its southern, western, and northern property lines with a landscape buffer consisting of approximately appropriate trees from the recommended list from the illustrated guide of implementation, the Augusta Tree Ordinance, and a 6-foot-high wooden privacy fence. The submitted conceptual site plan indicates that the proposed facility will have a 25-foot side and rear setback. A variance will need to be applied for and approved by the Board of Zoning Appeals for the rear setback of the proposed facility, as a 50-foot rear yard setback would be required in the R3B zoning district. The submitted conceptual site plan shows that the proposed development will meet the required number of parking spaces in accordance with the comprehensive zoning ordinance of Augusta, Georgia, as amended. However, the parking landscape islands will be required in accordance with the Augusta Tree Ordinance. The Georgia Department of Transportation Functional Classification Map 2017 classifies Boy Scout Road as a local road. There are no public transit stops within a half mile of the property. Public water and sewer are available to the property. Across Boy Scout Road, properties are zoned R1, one-family residential consisting of single-family homes, and to the north, south, and west, the properties are also zoned R1 and R1A, also consisting of single-family homes. According to the FEMA flood insurance rate maps, the property is not located within any special flood hazard areas. In accordance with the Augusta-Richmond County GIS wetlands layer, there are no wetlands located on the property. The proposed use of the school for a senior assisted living facility is consistent with the general overall goals and objectives of the 2023 comprehensive plan. And only comments we received was from the engineering department. It says retention or wet detention ponds are not allowed in Augusta, Georgia. If the detention area is holding water, it must be restored to be a functional dry detention pond. And at the time of completion of this report, staff has received a few inquiries regarding the zoning application. And that concludes staff's report.
Thank you. Is the petitioner present? Sir, you look real familiar, but
I'm sorry about that. But, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, I appreciate y'all's time. We're really excited about this project. We ran across this school from the Board of Education. We just think it's just a well fit for the neighborhood. I brought a few people with me, one that can help Dr. Whitehouse. He knows a lot about the ins and outs of these assisted living areas, and Ms. Sage James. But like I said, I'm Locke McKnight. I reside on 3007 Pine Needle, Augusta, Georgia, 30904.
Right. Thank you. Commissioners, do you have questions of the petitioner? Commissioner Smith.
Mr. McKnight, I just got one question. In the proposal, this is for seniors 65 and older, but your facility is going to have 18 two-bedroom units. What's the purpose of the two-bedroom units?
Well, so our concept is like, you know, you look at assisted living, and the way I'm looking at it kind of scares me, because you go in there and there's just a bed, and you know there's only one way out. So this is going to we're going to have a lot of amenities here that go with the school. We have a gym that's already in place. We have a cafeteria that's already in place. We got space to put in, you know, tennis courts, a pool, walking trails, not jogging trails, and so the hope is that you'll get better if you come in and you can move out, or you can move in and if to you know, one of the cabins, and if things get worse, you move into where you get better care.
I don't know that was an answer, but I think you've done as much as you're going to do. Okay.
Any other questions or comments from commissioners?
Are you planning on, and I was looking at the parking, and my mother passed away last year, but she'd been in assisted living, several of them. Many of the residents have their own vehicles. So I guess I was trying to match up employees parking and with residents parking. And I'll say she was at the Claiborne, and it presented a problem because we didn't have enough parking for everybody. So that's just something for you to consider.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Commissioner O'Neill.
The gentleman, did you want to speak to the bedroom count issue? Doctor. Thank you.
All right, Doc, if you could just give us your name.
My name's Alan Whitehouse.
Thank you.
I reside at 1122 Johns Road in Augusta, 30904. But relative to the first question, the idea is to have different levels of assistance based on your need. And when you move in, the cabins have their own parking, their own garages, and you can be quite independent with just perhaps meal support and a little bit of medication, administration, supervision. Should you have an issue, go to the hospital and need to move into a higher level of assistance, the facility would be able to move you into the main building, give you a higher level of supervision, both medically, physical therapy, activities, and as you recover, hopefully move back to a less needy position. But the intention is to have a spectrum of assistance depending on what your needs are, and they may vary, depending on what happens. One fall, broken hip, but 8 weeks later, you may be back, back on your own.
All right, good, Commissioner O'Neill. All right, anybody in the audience oppose this petition? Okay, so do you have a spokesperson? The opposition will have a balance of 10 minutes, whether that's one person or multiple individuals. So, sir, before you begin to speak, can I get a count of the individuals who are opposed who live in the neighborhood? Okay, we'll get to you. So if you do want to speak, if you would just line up over here to express your opposition or get your get some clarification. But you have a balance of 10 minutes, and if you could make your comments directly to the Planning Commission.
Okay, my name is Lee Prather. I live at 2906 Mayfair Road. My house back Augusta, Georgia, 30909. For purpose of disclosure, I'm an attorney, but I'm not here representing anyone here but myself. My house backs up to the school. My children went to school there. I've lived in my home for 39 years. And we just I think the neighbors want more of I would like to know more about these cabins. How close are they going to be to the existing, where the trees are? I mean, how close will they be to the existing homes that are there? And is there a way, does this represent, can they address the pictures they have shown? Is that a true and accurate representation of what the intent is going to be for the building, the structure they're going to put over there? And also, is there a way for you to put a stipulation that they have to put this as a retirement home for people 65 years and older? You approve this. Once it's approved, they could switch it and do something else, and there's nothing we can do about it. So I'm not so sure that we're all opposed to the retirement home concept itself. It's just we want to make sure that that's what truly goes in there. A lot of us have lived in that neighborhood for a long time, and we want to continue to live there. And we want to be good neighbors, but we just want to make sure what is being proposed is accurate. And I think if they could kind of go a little bit deeper into this cabin proposal too, I'd like to hear a little more on that concept. And that's all I got to say.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, ma'am, if you will come up and give us your name, address, and the question that you would like some clarification on.
Betsy Sharp. I live at 2914 Hampshire Drive, Augusta, 30909. So I live actually right behind it, right there when you drive through. I'm not opposed to the assisted living. It's kind of like the neighbors have said, and we've all been talking. I just want some clarification on it's being approved for assisted living. We're fine with that. I don't want to get approved today, and then down the road, it doesn't happen, and it's apartments. We would not be happy if it's apartments at all. nobody in the neighborhood. Also, I just want to make sure it's not going to be any larger than this. This size is kind of okay. I contribute the 9 cabins. I'm familiar with Washington Commons, and that's kind of how it is. My mother lived there for a long time. And so as long as it's just going to be 9, and I counted those and those 2 there, and I'm fine with them. I'm happy that they're going to just remodel the school. I hate to lose the school. And so I'm happy for all that. It's just, how can we as residents be protected that it's not going to turn into apartments? That's our huge concern. And that it won't grow from this either, that it's going to stay, you know. And I thought, with, you know, the plans was pretty good. The neighbors, we kind of looked at it, and just want to make sure it's not going to grow any taller. I just want to make sure it's not going to be 2 levels. I think that part maybe is a little bit higher, but we just want to make sure that it's not going to go up any bigger.
Okay, thank you. To the petitioner, if you would like to come up and, well, firstly, is there anyone else from the opposing side who would like to speak? Okay, ma'am, if you come forward and give us your name and your address, and you have a balance of. Oh, well, she said she's not going to take very long. She just needs 30 seconds.
My name is Carol Cox, and I live at 2904 Mayfair Road, and my family has owned that house since 1973 when my dad retired there. Lee and I back on as you're looking at the school to the right, and my concern about the apartments, subsidized housing, that kind of thing. I have a friend that lives in Thrive Assisted Living. It's a great place. I'd hope it'd be as nice as that. Concern today, there are a lot of dead trees. One got struck by lightning right behind my house last week, and it's already dying, and there's already dead pine trees from the hurricane, and they're going to fall on our houses. So whoever owns it needs to see about those rather than wait until you have the facility and then the trees have fallen. So those are my concerns. Thank you.
All right, thank you. To the petitioners, you heard the concerns from the opposing side. You have an opportunity to address those if you would like.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, tough crowd. To answer to the neighborhood, we took a lot of thought in what was going to be the best for the, for the community and the neighborhood, and there's a need for this. That's why I kind of got Sage here, can tell you some of the statistics are alarming on these things. The other issue to get to what they're asking for is that this thinking that we can come in and put multi-family here. What you have is a wonderful structure here that is built A1. They're using concrete T's on top of it. And frankly, it would cost a fortune to demolish it and start over and try to do multifamily, whatever. And think about the structure and what fits in this structure the best. And that's what we did. Was we went out and we analyzed the structure and what would work with this. And I think this is what you're getting. I mean, this is the best thing for the neighborhood. I know. So I kind of hope that we put a lot of thought into what was coming here for the neighborhood and the community. If y'all want to hear some statistics that'll shock you about getting old, then I can bring Sage up.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner McKnight. To the staff, 2 things from me. Could you perhaps speak to the concern about an alternative project being developed if this is approved based on what's being presented today?
Well, the concept plan is.
Well, it was for the staff, Commissioner McKnight.
Under the conditions for approval, condition number 1 states the proposed facility shall be limited to seniors 65 years of age or older.
Okay. All right. And then the second one was the height concern. Could you speak to that, or is there a condition that will limit the ability for the development to be multi-story?
Well, we didn't look at that as in consideration based off of the proposed drawings for the elevations. We certainly could see about adding a limitation to a certain height.
Okay.
don't know if the applicant has an idea what the height.
Well, I will say that we're trying to utilize the existing structure that is there, so you will be financially limited by using an existing structure to go up. You understand what I'm trying to say, is it?
Okay, that was all from me. Any final questions from commissioners?
I do.
Commissioner Smith.
Mr. McKnight, can you address the attorney, and I can't remember your last name, Prather, and I should know you because 35 years ago you did a closing with my house, but that's been a long time ago. Can you address his concern that he specifically brought up? Because I think if you will address those things directly as opposed to glossing over what your concept is, you will make that crowd right there feel a lot better.
Excuse me for my age, but could you refer? We'll talk.
Lot, do you have a space in the development?
Well, not yet, but getting close. Could you repeat what your concern was?
I think we got two concerns. How close are those cabins that are feed to the back of those homes? And Carol is a very valid concern. Everybody over there are worried about those pine trees because they're a lot of the damage. We can't touch them. They're on y'all's property. We cut all ours down, and that's the other worry. The closest of the cabins to the property line, because my house is right there. I mean, I can look at the school from my backyard.
Okay. Well, so you're a lawyer, and this is the first I've heard about the trees. So I will, I'm responsible for the trees, and I don't want any liability on that. So I'm going to address that as soon as I get back, because if they do fall on my property, on y'all's, I would be liable for it. Or the owners of the property would be. On the setbacks, we worked with the city on the setbacks, and the cabins, as they're drawn right now, is 25 feet back from the property line. That's the edge of the porch. We will need to acquire a special exception, once again, if we want to go to that 25 feet. But in order to meet the ordinance rules, I believe it's 50 feet off of the property line that we would have to remain off of, not to get a special exception.
All right, thank you. Did that satisfy the question, Commissioner Smith?
It satisfied me. I just want to make sure it satisfies the crowd out there.
It's 50 right now. He asked for a exception if we get to the 25, right?
Right, the requirement is 50 feet. If he wants to go closer than 50 feet, he has to go before the Board of Zoning Appeals and request a shorter distance.
Right, so that's not being decided here today.
Will the sign go back up for that?
Yes.
Okay, all right, let's move to the staff recommendations.
Mr. Chairman,
yes,
with
sir.
regards to the height, is the applicant agreeable to the development shall not exceed 2 stories in height?
Fine with me, yes.
All right, so we can add that as a condition.
Okay, Shavate.
All right.
With the increasingly elderly population, the need to provide a variety of housing types for seniors, the plan development staff recommends approval of the rezoning request to the R3B multifamily residential with the following condition. The proposed facility shall be limited to seniors 65 years of age or older. The developer shall apply for and receive approval of a rear yard setback variance from the Board of Zoning Appeal prior to submittal for site plan review. Approval of this rezoning request does not constitute approval of the concept site plan submitted with the application. The site plan approval in compliance with all site plan regulations of Augusta, Georgia for the actual development is required prior to construction commencing on the property. Development of the property shall comply with all development standards and regulations set forth by the City of Augusta, Richmond County, Georgia at the time of development, including but not limited to the multiple family residential buffer requirements established in the Augusta Tree Ordinance. Development shall not exceed 2 stories in height. That concludes staff recommendation.
All right, as a petitioner, do you accept those staff recommendations?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
All right, Chair will entertain a motion.
Move to approve with staff recommendation.
Second.
Mr. Chairman, I have
Yes,
to.
so it's been properly moved in seconded to to approve this petition with staff recommendation?
I have to abstain. I have a conflict.
Okay. So Z 2531, that is an approval with staff recommendations by Davis and Owens.
Roll call.
Yes, because he's abstaining, so it still be. Mhm. Commissioner Spencer, how do you vote? Commissioner Owens? Commissioner Smith, abstain. Commissioner O'Neill?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Malice? And Commissioner Lacey? All right, so Z 2531 is approved.
Okay. All right, anything from legal?
Yes. If we could go into legal session for potential litigation, please. If I could get a motion.
There, no motion on it.
Yeah, it's a very short legal session. Yeah.
All right, is it? Yeah, it's probably
So
moving
there's a
second to go
motion
into
by
legal
Owens and
session.
Davis to go into legal session. And everyone else can vacate, please.
All right, so we in legal. Yes, if I could ask everyone if you could exit the chambers.
At least it ain't 5. Are they gonna turn it on? No, it's about that Dunkin' roll, all that crap we talked about yesterday, or Friday. I thought about it, I said, oh shit, I gotta tell somebody. Yeah. Okay. He knows to stop though. I'm asking you, oh, how do we?